Well, hi everyone, it's Lulu. How are you? And welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Please hit the subscribe button. Even though you haven't heard a word other than my name, I hope at some point you like the video. I would tell you to ring the bell, but as I'm understanding is for some reason within the beauty community and maybe other genres as well, notifications aren't going out. I know I'm not getting notifications. So I have no idea how you know, but I generally only make a video on Sundays, and even that's with somewhat regularity. So, but I still hope you kind of follow along. I had a very hot and humid week. I will take a blizzard and below zero temperatures like any day. Oh, and you know what? I'm using umbrella lights instead of ring light. So I'm curious when I play this back what it's going to be like. Kind of growing up when it comes to this video stuff. But I have a list of things to chat with you. Apparently one of them is my phone ringing, dinging, texting, whatever. But Mom, we always have to stop, start. Someday it'll be stop. But start with the mom. Mom is alive. The woman with 3,000 lives. Patio visits start this Tuesday again because the facility has been COVID-free for quite some time. And whatever the time is that you're supposed to be COVID-free before you can actually start patio visits again. So far, so good. My sisters are scheduled for Thursday. I haven't called to schedule myself yet, but I will. I absolutely will. And I hope I do it in time because that is just incredibly, I can't even, even though I video visit with her all the time, to see her in person it's crazy. I don't even know how to explain it. It's crazy to be able to think that I'm going to be able to see her in person. Mind you, she lived with me a year. I'm used to her, she's a piece of the furniture around here. Anyway, so here are some of the topics I'd like to cover today. But I also want to tear a leaf from the pages of Susie Blankenship, Susie Q. She has Porch Settin' Sunday, where she tells a story really about her life. Now, I'm not telling any stories about my life, but I just, every once in a while, I'll remember a very, very funny incident from some point in my life. To the point where when I try to talk about them, I can't even talk about them because they're so funny to me. It obviously would be one of those, you have to be there kind of things, but I'm hoping to start incorporating one of those funny stories. Uh-oh, text is going crazy. Now, I told my sister Nina I was filming, but anyway, probably Vala, the troublemaker. I'm going to go through some of the makeup I've used over the last 2 weeks. I didn't film last week. Some of the things I'm tossing. I'm not, this is not science. This is not rocket science to me. I don't always remember to put things in the basket. I sometimes just throw things right in the trash. I can't remember what they are. But, it just kind of makes for fun video girl chat. But before I get too far into this, kind of centering myself, getting into a serious subject, I imagine if you watch me, you probably watch Natalie, the beauty diva. And I can't always keep up with the videos that others have made, and I'm often watching them maybe a week or two after they've been made. I subscribe to 309 channels. Many, thank goodness, don't make videos or hardly ever make videos. Natalie, in her video a couple of weeks ago, announced that she had been, she's been through some hellacious weeks, months, and has now been diagnosed with MS. And it struck me, as I'm sure so many of you, it struck me so hard. And it reminded me that we just have to be ready for anything, but it's impossible to be ready for anything. They say live each day as though it's your last. You can't. And believe me, I've been there, and I'm still saying you can't. You have to live each day as it comes. You go with what you know, you live hour to hour, you make the decisions with the information at hand, and you go with what you know. But to hear that Natalie has been diagnosed with such a complicated, the thing is, it's a complicated disease, and it's not curable, but it's very, very manageable. I know one, two, three people with full-blown MS, and because of medication management, you would never know it. So but it takes time to get there. It takes time to fool around with those medications. It takes time to fool around with physical therapy. But Natalie, I don't know. I don't even know if you're subscribed to my channel, if you watch my channel, but I know what hard times are, and I know all of us know what hard times are. And I immediately said a prayer. I've continued to pray for you. You're so important to all of us. You are so important to all of us. And it kind of just makes us all just shiver a bit when we hear that one of our own, especially someone as special as you, all of a sudden, and maybe your fall triggered it from a few years ago. That was just a horrendous, I don't know. Why am I even saying that? I'm not a doctor. What do I know? But the reason it doesn't matter, I always used to say that with my husband, the reason doesn't matter. The fact is, he has what he has. God bless you, Natalie. May the angels surround you and carry you through the days of darkness, the days where hope is just like a word in the dictionary. Keep your sense of humor. I'm telling you, keep your sense of humor, and just know that some days it's just literally hour to hour. You can't overthink it. You can't think ahead. You just go with what you know at the time, because there's one of my husband's doctors used to say, there's no right answer because there's no wrong answer, because you just don't know. But I think they know a whole lot more about MS than they did about my husband's disease. So I'm hoping that all of those experts will come together and make your life whole again. All right. So much for that. Ugh. Sephora, I forgot to tell you the Sephora story last week, the week before. I promise you, those are my sisters. I ordered as a matter of fact, I wrote a Facebook thing about the fact that I'm kind of coming back to myself. It's almost going to be in September. It'll be 3 years with Vito. And I've turned a corner, but I don't know what corner that is. I just know I turned a corner. Not a big corner, not a life-changing corner, but a corner. And you all are going to go, this woman is crazy. There are so much more important things to life. But I gauge my health, whether mental or physical, on how much I shop. It's just a fact. When you're a shopaholic. And suddenly I became interested in Sephora. And I ordered a kit from Sephora. It's a Laura Mercier kit. And it's sample size of her Skin Tint Moisturizer SPF 30 or 35. And any of her travel deluxe size of her translucent powders. I have the original. She's just recently come out with honey, and I thought that might be better for me. I ordered it. It came with a beautiful makeup bag. My samples came. There was no powder. There was no Skin Tint Moisturizer. I'm like, how are they going to know I'm not like frauding them or something? But I called and I said, just got this delivered today. Explained the whole story. They're like, I am so sorry. We will ship another one out immediately. And they did. They used express, flash, whatever delivery. It came within a few days. I am not kidding you. The makeup bag was in there. I should go get them for you. There was no translucent powder. There was no skin tint. This was $35. And at this point, even though it has nothing to do with me, I'm like embarrassed. They have 1,000 customer service reps. Nobody knows me from anybody. But I'm like, I'm going to call. They have got to think I'm scamming them. And, and then I thought about it. I said, well, if they do, they do. So I called them and I explained, like, this is the second time I'm doing it. And if you decide not to refund me, if you decide not to send anything, I completely understand, because I'm a small business owner. I get it. I have a corporate career, but I also own a small business. I get it. Not that Sephora is a small business. And so he put in an order for just the sample size translucent powder, which is available. You know how they have the deluxe travel sizes. And I landed up getting a full size of the skin tint. And sure enough, a few days later, it arrived. I was blown away. I don't know what else to say. I was blown away. So that's my very good Sephora story. I've begun playing Lotto. I don't know what it is called in your state. Lottery, the lottery, Lotto, Powerball, Big Lotto. But mine is just plain Lotto. And then some other smaller, much smaller lottery. I have it on my phone. I have the app. I put $20 into it maybe a year and a half ago. I just, even though I see it all the time, I just kind of don't think about it. But I thought, what the heck? I'm going to spend $1 a week. I've got $20 to spend. Once I'm done with the $20, I'm done. So I think I have another $15 to spend. But, I'm meant to take, next week. I hope I remember. So you look at your, what do they call them, draws? Previous draws, upcoming draws, previous games, and to see if you won or not. And it says, better luck next time, better luck next time, better luck next time. And then last Saturday, better luck next time. And last Saturday it says, you won. Okay, everybody, can you just take a moment? Lotto, like that's usually millions of dollars. Better luck, better luck, better luck, better luck. You won. I couldn't even compute. I couldn't comprehend. I'm already moved to Jamaica. Do you know what I mean? I won $1. Now I'm not sure how you win $1 on Lotto. I don't know if it's because I picked one number out of 6 or 5. I mean, but just for a moment, I was sipping pina coladas on my own island in Jamaica, or near Jamaica. Although you would think I'd go to Alaska, so let's be serious about that, right? Netflix, Prime, Peacock, whatever you want to call it, Ray Donovan, holy smokes. He, first of all, might compete with Clooney in my head. Maybe. It's crass, it's rough and tough, it's double rough and tough. Let's not even talk about the language. The first 2 episodes, maybe 3 episodes, there's quite a bit of sex going on, and I think maybe the audience at that point kind of said, let's cut it out a little, and they responded, and so they cut it back. But he's kind of like a fix-it. You go to him and you need something fixed, a body moved, whatever. But was it good? Oh my gosh, it was so good. So I loved Ray Donovan. And I am playing Lotto and my Sephora story, and that's really kind of about it. Now, I do want to show you, this week new, I watched Penn Smith Skincare. Please tell me I'm saying that right. This DMAE was a very controversial ingredient about 10 years ago. But it was known for firming, and she brought it up again. She tested quite a few brands, and this was her favorite one, Derma E, which is a fabulous skincare brand, period. And I am trying very hard to work on my neck for personal reasons. You'll get the joke someday. And so I'm using this. And the other new thing I got this week, which has nothing to do with makeup, I'm at Dollar Tree. I needed disposable, like Tupperware, Rubbermaid, whatever. For some reason, I'm at the point now where nothing matches anything, so I'm just dumping it all into the recycle bin and starting anew. But I'm at checkout, and it's on the end cap of the checkout. And would you stand this tape, Scotch tape? I bought 2 for my sisters. They're watching, so they're not going to be surprised. And I bought 1 for myself, but let me take it out. Can you stand it? Oh my goodness. $1. So, you know how they used to have all those sun things that moved in the sun, the little, I don't even know what they were, landscapes. I'm wondering if they're going to come out with different tape. Although, really, you don't need that many tape dispensers, right? But, oh, that was cute. This is my tried and true. I use this all the time, my root cover-up. I also use the one in purple from L'Oreal that matches my purple hair, which, of course, never shows up on camera. It just looks like it's almost black. But I go through these like wah-wah, and I like this better than powders. I like this better than mascaras. I like this better than brushes. It has a very fine tip, so you can control it. The bald spot, done. So that's going wah-wah trash. This is not going in the trash because I have nieces who are kind of the just discovering makeup phase of life. Not even just discovering, but, in the makeup phase of life. This is Too Faced White Peach, very popular. I'm sure many of you know it. I have many palettes, as do you. Never really got around to wearing it or using it. And beautiful color scheme. Now, these days I'm boycotting Too Faced, but back then I was not. But it's way too dusty. That makes me crazy about eyeshadows. I know people say they'll work with the fallout, they'll work with this if the finish is beautiful, if the saturation is beautiful. I will not. If it kicks up, I won't work with it. So that is going bye-bye to my collection. Forgot how beautiful the Milani Most Loved Mattes are. And I probably, since I rediscovered it, I'm going to say it's one of my top 10 palettes. I probably have 80 palettes. This has got to be one of my top 10. So this is the Milani Most Loved Mattes. Love it! Alright, then I bought this foundation in two colors. I bought it in 150 and I bought it in 240. 240 is a much better color. Mixed, it's great. This is it's by Revlon Candid. It's a lovely, lovely foundation. So these are both staying. A lovely foundation for my mature skin and oily skin, but I don't think dry or oily it matters. Like this is just a, you know, because me, I have to blot no matter, like I don't care who, what, where you are in blotting, so it doesn't, this is gorgeous. This is one of my all-time for oily skin. Wouldn't buy this if I were dry. I'm going to be very sad when I run out because I'm not going to be able to repurchase it due to my boycott, but the Too Faced Perfect Peach Comfort Matte Foundation. Oh, I love this, and I have this in the color Warm Nude. Oh, I'm in MAC. I'm like an NC30, NC35. In Estee Lauder Double Wear, I'm 2N1, which I think is Desert Beige. I probably will toss this, but it's a beautiful foundation. It's Burberry. They don't even make it anymore. Like it needs to go, and whether I like it or not. This painting, lipstick and foundation, is like, I don't even know. Like, we live together in a different life, but it has to go. It's really, bye, honey. Here, let me take, look how cool that, see, this is this, but the cap goes all the way down. Like, the design, of course, it's Burberry. This is the most god-awful palette. It is going, it's Revlon. This one is Enigma. Revlon has probably 5 or 6 of these in different names. First of all, the sections are so small it's hard to get your brush in, but there's no color payoff. You have to dig and dig and dig, which of course means you're getting kick up. Now they don't kick up a lot just by the, you know, if you just dip. But you have to dip so many times to get any color payoff, it's ridiculous. So Enigma is going, again, not bye-bye, but I'm sure my nieces will love it. This is one of my all-time favorite Hourglass products, and this is the Ambient Lighting Edit palette. It's the Edit palette. They usually come out at Christmas with special kind of palettes. I've been taking my blush brush and just going boop, 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 boop. As a matter of fact, it's what I have on today. They really do look like they come from within. Just this natural flush of color. Love this. Stay Perfect number 7 Boots foundation. I can't remember if I liked it or not, so I guess it's staying. Midday, whenever I get like shiny and blotting isn't enough, I will reapply. Do you remember this oldie but goodie from Smashbox? And it's the kind that you have to like, you twirl and it grates the product there. I love it. I think I'm in light in this. Yeah. Today, I wore, this has got to go because it's really old, Dr. Dennis Med MD Concealer Foundation Sunscreen Broad Spectrum. The color is wonderful. I believe I'm medium, but like it's really, really, it's probably like 4 years old, 3 years old. I have it on today. It went on beautifully. There was no odor, no nothing, but it's just old. And this is an e.l.f. Crayon. It came as part of a Christmas set of like maybe 20 colors. It's dry, it's old. This is my favorite type of app. I love, I don't know, they're not jumbo crayons, but they're more like fat pencils. My favorite method of applying, but it's not so good. This was an Hourglass blush, just the blush alone. It looks very, very hot or cool blue pink, but actually it diffuses beautifully. And I'm trying to see, no, back here it looks like baby pink, but it's beautiful. Used this MAC bronzer, couldn't tell you the name of it. And it's glued in, like, you know, I didn't know what I was doing back then, but anyway, used this MAC bronzer. this week. And I have a number of, Lash Paradise. I'm probably one of the few people that is not a fan of Lash Paradise. I like it. I will probably always have it in my collection, which is a little contradictory, isn't it? But Lash Paradise, I didn't put any of the mascaras in, and I use a different mascara every day. So, this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, which is odd because I used probably 9,000. Anyway, I have 4 lipsticks. I'm not going to do it now, but I know that some of them have to go because they're old. And finally, like, my favorite line of shadows ever were when they were in the cardboard boxes. They were by Too Faced, and they had all kinds of matte eyes, natural eyes, this eyes, that eyes. This is, whoops, naked matte. Oh. And then they put them in the metal boxes, but there was something about the packaging I loved and the formula. Like, I just love these. I think I have them all. I will never give them up. And luckily with the pressed powder product, I get to keep them. I'm out of breath, and I don't have any wine down here, for Pete's sake. So I think that's kind of it. I'm excited. September 9th is coming up. Not really, I mean, it will be coming up, but I have dinner with all of my girlfriends, Wyndham Lane ladies, as I like to say. I said to my sisters were here, like, literally every day, one or the other, like, because they were spending nights here, they were coming to see my mom. I mean, like, literally all the time. And even though we text, as you heard, often, and we talk on the phone often, and we Facebook often, and et cetera, it's just different. And today I sent out a text. I said, I really miss you guys. Like, don't tell anyone, but sheesh, I'm kind of missing you guys. We went out to lunch last Sunday, very spontaneously. And so my sister Nina called right before I came down here. As a matter of fact, I was putting my makeup on. I said, you're disturbing my creative flow. Yeah, this is really creative, isn't it? But we are going to plan to do something non-mom related weekly and keep that bond going. I mean, not that that bond would never, ever, ever go away, but you know what I mean, like non-mom related, just go and have a good time. So I'm excited about that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining. If you've made it to the end, good going. I hope I'm back next Sunday. You just never know. And I can't wait to see what these umbrella lights look like once I play this back. Take care, stay healthy, be safe, wash your hands, wear your mask, social distance. This monster's not going away. Right off 2020.